Let's look at the payment function, which is used when you want to calculate the monthly payment that you would be making on a loan. So in this case, we want to calculate the payment based on the amount that we are going to borrow, and then the interest rate, and then the number of years or amount of time that you'll be paying on that loan. So in this case, we have our phone sales, and we've got the total amount for the phone, and we want to calculate the monthly payment based on that total amount for the phone, the number of years that we'll be paying for the phone, and the 4% annual interest rate here. Okay, so we're going to use the payment function in this case. If you don't see it here, you can just type in PMT and find it. So I want to bring up an if function, so I'll pull my payment function here. All right, so in our case, we only need to complete the first three items in this dialog box for the payment function. So for this payment function, it calculates the payment for a loan based on constant payments and a constant interest rate. Okay. Notice that the annual interest rate is 4%. Then we've got the number of years and the total here. So the first thing we need to complete is the interest rate. It's the interest rate per period for the loan. Okay, so it's got an example here for quarterly payments. So if it's a 6% annual interest rate, you're going to divide that by 4 if you have to pay in quarterly payments. Okay, now in this example, the customers are paying in the years. Okay, so you're going to pay every month for the number of years that you have the loan. Okay, so it's a monthly payment. So this means that the interest rate, being 4%, would need to be divided by 12 months in a year, in order to find the monthly interest rate. So we're going to take the interest rate, divide it by 12, and you can see it gives you the amount of interest rate that you would have per month. Okay, so I'm hard coding the 12 in here for the 12 months because generally there are going to be 12 months in a year, and that's not a number that will change. So I'm going to hard code the 12 there. I'm going to say that J2 should be an absolute reference, because when we copy this formula down, we want this percent to stay the same as we copy that down. So we want every monthly payment to use the 4% interest rate. So that needs to stay as the same cell reference. So I'm going to make that absolute so that the J2 does not change when we copy it down. So the number of periods is the total number of payments for the loan. So here we're paying per year, 12 months in a year. So we're going to take the number of years that the customer will pay and multiply that by 12. And again, I'm going to hard code the 12 there. F5 does not need to be absolute, because as we copy the formula down, we want the number of years to change from one customer to the next. The present value is the present value of the loan. So it's basically your loan amount. So what I'm going to do is take the loan amount here, and that's going to tell me that my monthly payment is -54. So Excel knows that's money coming out of your pocket, so it's a negative amount. So we want to make that a positive amount. There are a couple of ways you can do that. Many people put a negative sign here, or some people will put a negative sign before the payment function here. Okay, so that will make it a positive value. For our purposes, we do not need to complete these last boxes here. So our monthly payment will be $50.50, and we should be able to copy that down and find the value for each there. So it's nice because if we wanted to change this to 6%, it would automatically adjust that in our formula. Okay, so that's the monthly payment function for finding the amount of a monthly payment for a loan.